Hi, I'm Maya, and I drew fan art of Aeval and Elphane, who are creatures called Melusine from the game Genshin Impact. Hope you enjoy! I started playing Genshin near the end of the first Golden Apple Archipelago summer event, right before Inazuma. And as soon as I saw the silly magician twins I'd have to wait 2 years for, I was ready for Fontaine. And now that Fontaine is finally out and I've played the main story and met the twins, I'm not going to draw them because I want to draw the little slug people instead. If you play Genshin and you haven't met the Melusine yet, no worries. The only thing I'm going to spoil is that they're adorable. The sketch was tricky as always. I put the girls in their talking animations because they're just so cute. I love the Melusine so much. They're like Aranara, but they speak decent English and have hands, sort of. I tried a few times to get their proportions right and ended up copy and pasting Aeval's body to use for Elphane. For the markings on their skin, I used the same technique I used to sketch hair and draw in shapes instead of lines. I used a lot of different grays to fill in my sketch so I wouldn't get confused, because Genshin's designs are really detailed. Okay, so I told myself I really wasn't going to draw the pretty designs on their hats, but they were just so swirly and shiny, and I tried to stop myself, I swear. So, to make things a little easier, I drew the design off to the side, and then warped it to fit the shape of the hats. By the way, if my voice keeps sounding different, it's because I recorded this at 3 different times. Before I was sick, while I was sick, and today when I'm feeling better. As I'm recording now, it's been almost 2 weeks since I've drawn this picture, and I had to rewatch the footage to remember what I was going to say about it. Putting in the flat colors took a while to do. It's true that I draw pretty slowly, but getting the colors right was tricky because color picking from pictures of in-game models doesn't really work. Also, after I started coloring, I logged into Genshin to play for a bit, and I noticed that I forgot a lot of details. The wings, the fact that there's 3 creases in their gloves, not 2, and also that the blue stripe on Elphane's tail wasn't actually a stripe, it's that, the little slug thing on a slug tail. I used this picture of the opera house as a reference for the background. The eyes were super fun to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to directly copy the eyes from the in-game models or if I wanted to do my own thing, and I think I kind of went with a mix of both in the end. Elphane's eyes were tricky because of her lack of pupils. I had to fiddle around with it to make sure it looked like she was looking in the right direction. As I was shading, I tried to keep my colors lighter than usual to make it more pastel. I really like pastel colors, but when I try to draw with them, I end up using the same dark shadows I always do, and the drawing looks kind of creepy. Please let me know if you think it turned out well this time. It took a couple tries to get the folds on the vest right, but I think it turned out okay. I tried to make the fabric look a little shiny. Something I tend to do when I'm drawing clothes is to outline the seams of the fabric. When you zoom out you can hardly see it, but it's really fun to do. I'm still not really sure what to say here. I feel like I easily get carried away being negative about my drawings or complaining about how long they took, and I don't want to do that and bring down the mood, so I'm gonna talk about Genshin now because unlike with my art, I have 0 complaints about the new update. Obviously diving, the main story, and the new fighting mechanics and puzzles are all amazing, but what really made a difference for me was actually the world quests. After a year of getting bossed around by the R&R to save the forest, and being dehydrated in the desert with Jet and her robot and her dad's old friend and her dad's old tribe and this pink bird thing, it felt wonderful to come back to civilization and do quests inspired by theater, fairy tales, and slug children. As I'm recording this, Fremine has been out for 4 days, and I can't pull for him because I spent 120 pulls on his brother, and I didn't get him. Now I can add the final bits like some extra shadows and lights, and a lot of glitter and sparkles. And that's it, here's the finished picture. I've been wanting to make Genshin fan art for so long, so this was very fun to draw. I think Elphane's expression turned out alright, but Aeval's expression doesn't really capture her personality. Thank you for watching. If you play Genshin, comment who's your favorite character. Or better yet, tell me if you finished all the R&R quests. Okay, bye!